Well, alright, hey guys, I hope you guys are all doing good. So, in today's video, I wanted to share my thoughts on what platform I like to buy games on. As someone who owns multiple platforms, it can be a bit confusing, where you should buy a game, and I've definitely regretted buying a game on like one console and I wish I had it on a different one, sometimes. So, in this video, my goal is to hopefully save you both time and money if you're someone who, let's say you own maybe like an Xbox and a PlayStation, or you own a PC and a PlayStation. So for me, the first thing I want to say is that I try to limit my games to just two platforms. So I own an Xbox One X, I own a PS5 and a PC. So let's talk about consoles first. So yeah, of course, you probably have one console that you really like the most, one that has most of your friends on it, the one that has the best graphics out of all the ones you own. For me, that would be my PS5. So when I'm talking about the console, I'm going to be talking about me getting the game on there. But when you pick a console, you're going to want to make sure you pick one with the games you want. And I'm glad I got a PS5 because I did my research and I was trying to figure out which console I wanted more, the Series X or the PS5, and the PS5 just had more games that I wanted to play. So I'm really glad I chose that one in the end. But also, I also picked it because it's really easy to expand the storage on as well. Whereas with an Xbox, you have to buy these proprietary memory cards that are very expensive. So yeah, it had some advantages, and I'm glad that I got it at the end of the day. I get a lot of use out of it these days. So, the type of games that I like to buy on consoles are single player games, the ones with a great single player story game. And, especially if it's cinematic, and beautiful looking. Playing it in 4K on a PS5 is amazing looking. On a big screen TV, it really just feels amazing. Compared to playing it on let's say a PC, for example, where you're playing on a smaller screen. Yeah, and it's kind of nice and just relaxing just to sit further back from the screen. So that's kind of why I like consoles as well. Their consoles are great for split screen games because you get to play with your friends, and having it on a big screen is a lot easier. When you have to split up the screen into multiple sections. So keep that in mind as well. For me personally, as someone who owns a PC and a console, I don't pay for online on my PS5 very much. So typically, I'm just buying single player games on there. I'm not buying multiplayer games on there. One thing I also want to say is that I buy my, if it's a game by EA, I will just buy it on the PS5 because on PC, half the time I can't get the EA games to work properly because of that stupid launcher, the EA launcher or Origin. It just doesn't work for me half the time. So I've bought a couple EA games on PC and I just can't access them because it's oh, you have to sign in, and for some reason it keeps signing me out. I don't know what's up with that. It was just getting really annoying, so I just got fed up with it. I don't buy EA games on PC anymore because of that. Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm currently trying to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys are enjoying the content, I hope you guys will hit like and subscribe. All right, thanks guys. And so yeah, cinematic, beautiful looking single player games are awesome on console. Playing it on a big screen I think you get a better experience because while PC might have a high refresh rate, I think with a good resolution, playing in 4K, it just looks way better, and I think it's a better experience overall in my opinion. And when I'm playing non-competitive games, single player games, I don't really notice if the frame rate is slightly lower, let's say 60 FPS versus 120. Whereas if I'm playing a multiplayer shooter, then yeah, PC is the way to go. So yeah, one more thing I also wanted to keep in mind is that typically consoles are more likely to support split screen, whereas on PC, you can typically only play one person at a time for most games. So just keep that in mind as well, is that if you're gonna get a game and you want to play, and you want to specifically play with your friends in split screen, or people in your house, I should say, then it's better to get it on console. Because I know Minecraft on console, supports split screen, Star Wars Battlefront supports split screen on console, Call of Duty supports split screen on console, whereas a lot of these don't have it on PC. So that's just one more thing to keep in mind too. I also wanted to mention that typically, the most popular console is gonna have the least bugs when it comes to playing the games. I've definitely noticed that, out of the few games that I bought, when I have the game on Xbox and PlayStation, sometimes the Xbox game has a bit more problems than the PlayStation one does. So, typically the most popular console is going to have the most focus from developers. So, if you're looking for a bug-free experience, then that's the way to go. All right, so let's move on to PC. So, I like to buy my multiplayer games on here just because, you know, with PC you don't need to pay for online. So if you want to access multiplayer, you don't need to be like thinking, oh, do I have my PlayStation subscription? Oh, do I have Xbox Live? You know, you can just hop in and play it, which is awesome. Yeah, so it makes it really easy for me to connect up with all my friends on there, especially if the game has like crossplay. Yeah, and you know, PC has that high refresh rate, so it's really good for like competitive shooter games. You know, it feels really smooth and you can react a lot faster. Also, I like racing games on PC because when you're playing a racing game and it has that really smooth frame rate, it's just, in my opinion, it's just a better experience. It just feels more immersive. That's another genre of games that I prefer playing on PC. Also, if the game has great mod support, there's some games that I play on PC with really good mod support, and it just makes it way better than playing it on any consoles. Like playing Skyrim, you know, is awesome on PC with the mods. Same with like Black Ops 3. You know, there's a ton of custom modded maps to play on there, and yeah, it's just a lot more fun than playing it on like a console. So those are some things to keep in mind, you know, and like I said, I just try to keep it simple at the end of the day, you know, just limiting myself to 2 consoles, and that makes it a lot easier for me personally. Like, because once you go on to 3 consoles, like, it starts getting really confusing, and you're switching back and forth, you know, depending on what game you want to play, which can also be a headache. So yeah, just keeping it on 1 or 2 consoles is the best way to go if you're someone who owns, like, you know, more than 1, I would say. So yeah, to sum it all up, you know, single player cinematic games, you know, on console, split screen games on console, you know, EA games on console, PC, you know, multiplayer competitive games, you know, racing games, games with mods. Yeah, so it's pretty easy, you know, rule set, if you're looking to kind of simplify, you know, where you buy games. Also, one thing to keep in mind too is that if you own more than 1 platform, you know, if you're gonna buy a game, sometimes you'll find it on sale on 1 platform, but not on sale on another platform. So there might be 1 platform where you can get the game significantly cheaper, you know, compared to the other ones. Yeah, so there we go. That's all the advice I have. I hope it helps you guys out. If you found the video to be helpful, hope you guys will hit like and subscribe. And yeah, click up here to check out my recent video where I was reviewing the Backbone 1 controller. All right, cool. I'll catch you guys in the next video I make. All right, Johnny Tech signing out.